So diving into the research for this deep dive, I kept getting stuck on this really massive contradiction.
Oh, the intellectual property strategy.
Yeah, because you have Elon Musk running Tesla, where he literally published a blog post telling the world to please steal their technology.
All our patent or belong to you.
Exactly. But then you look at the sources for SpaceX, and it is the complete opposite. It is a total fortress. If you try to peek at their rocket tech, you are dealing with state secrets. It feels really disjointed.
Like, it feels like chaos. But the sources argue it is actually the same game. It is just a calculated shift from building a proprietary fortress where you hoard everything to what is called ecosystem sovereignty.
Ecosystem sovereignty. I like that. So for those of you listening, our mission today is to unpack these sources and figure out how giving away IP at Tesla and X actually cements a monopoly, while SpaceX does the exact opposite to achieve the same goal.
Yeah, let us start with Tesla and that 2014 pledge to open the patent library. At the time, it looked like pure altruism.
That was the headline anyway.
It was. But look at the market context back then. Electric vehicles made up less than 1% of the global market. Tesla was effectively alone. If they kept their tech locked down, they would have had to build the entire global supply chain and charging infrastructure with their own cash.
Which is the fast track to bankruptcy. I mean, they
Yeah.
really needed competitors to scale the battery industry for them.
Right. But here is the nugget from the legal analysis we reviewed, the good faith clause. Tesla said you can use their patents, but only in good faith.
That sounds friendly enough.
It is actually a poison pill. The documents break this down. Good faith is defined such that if a company like Ford uses a single Tesla patent, they effectively agree not to sue Tesla for any IP infringement ever.
Whoa. So if I am Ford and I have 100 years of patents and I use one Tesla battery design, I have just neutralized my entire legal arsenal against Tesla.
You have completely disarmed yourself. It creates this cross-licensing environment where Tesla is immune to patent litigation. And the ultimate victory of this strategy was not even the cars, it was the NACS.
The North American Charging Standard.
Exactly. There was a massive standard war. The industry pushed CCS, which was this bulky, clunky connector. Tesla just released their design, which is lighter and smaller, and said, here, have it.
And because they had already seeded the ecosystem they won, now Ford and GM and Rivian are all adopting NACS.
Which turns Tesla's supercharger network into a cash cow. They own 60% of U.S. fast charging, and now it is a massive recurring revenue stream funded by their competitors' customers.
That is the ecosystem sovereignty right there. But then we pivot to SpaceX. The sources emphasize that SpaceX has essentially no patents. Why does the open strategy not apply here?
Because the competition is different. In cars, you are fighting GM or Toyota. In aerospace, you are fighting nation states, specifically foreign powers like China.
And you cannot exactly sue a foreign government for patent infringement.
Good luck trying. Musk's view is that a patent is literally a recipe book. If you publish a patent for a Raptor engine, you are just handing adversaries the blueprints. Plus, patents expire in 20 years.
But trade secrets do not.
As long as you can keep your mouth shut. SpaceX relies on trade secrets and ITAR. That is international traffic and arms regulations. This treats rocket technology strictly as defense technology. It keeps the manufacturing methods and the flight codes secret indefinitely.
So Tesla opens the door to build a market, but SpaceX locks the door because the market is a geopolitical battlefield.
Spot on.
Let us touch on the third leg of this stool. The software side with X and XAI, they open source the recommendation algorithm and the weights for the Grok model. Is this just about transparency?
That is the defensive play. European regulations like the Digital Services Act require platforms to prove their algorithms are not manipulating outcomes. Open sourcing the code is an easy way to satisfy that requirement.
But the offensive play is really about the talent war.
It is the hiring billboard. The sources note that 68% of organizations are desperate for AI talent. It is the scarcest resource in tech right now.
So if you are a top-tier engineer, are you going to work somewhere where your code is buried in a black box or somewhere where your work is public and you can build a massive reputation?
Precisely. It acts as a magnet for the elite. Plus, you get free R&D. The developer community finds bugs, they optimize the code, and they build on top of it. It commoditizes the layer below you so you can win on the product layer above.
It really challenges the old school idea of the moat. We used to think the moat was the patent.
In the 21st century, the patent is just paper. The takeaway here is clear. The only true moat is the speed of innovation. If you are moving fast enough, it does not matter if you give away the blueprints, because by the time the competition builds it, you are already on a version 3.0.
He does not want to lock the door. He wants to build the road everyone else is forced to drive on. Which leaves us with a provocative thought for you to chew on today. If the most valuable companies of the future are the ones setting the standards rather than hoarding the secrets, what other industry is ripe for this kind of open disruption? Is it pharma?
Energy. That is the billion-dollar question.
Thanks for diving in with us. We will catch you on the next deep dive.